Hi everyone. Who wants to unleash their creative tension? Raise your hands up nice and high. Amazing, thank you. My name is Geeta Nai. I'm certified intuitive coach and a transformation speaker. I help people to unleash their creative tension because creative tension is tested and proven. See, if it weren't for our parents, we would not be here in this world. So we all know that creative tensions exist. So what we're going to talk about here today is the truth, existence, and happiness. But before I start, I would like to thank you all for being here. Your presence means so much to me. So please give yourself a big round of applause. Thank you. Napoleon Hill, who studied hundreds of most successful people in his time, has said that the biggest failure of people is the inability to turn negative emotion into desirable outcome. Who wants to be here successful? Raise your hands up nice and high if you want to be successful. Amazing, thank you. I'm going to ask you a question. Do you think hundreds of entrepreneurs, do you think they had? Do you think most successful people in the world has problems? Yes or no? If you could type yes or no in the message, please, I would appreciate that. Or you could just put Y or N. Of course it's yes. We all have problems. Doesn't matter how successful we are, we will have problems. So what Napoleon Hill is saying is that we must learn how not to get through problems, but learn and change that negative emotion into desirable outcome. Once you've done that, you will boost yourself strongly. And that's when you succeed, and that's when you blossom. Imagine having tools and techniques, and you could apply it anytime you like. So if you are facing any challenges or having any problems right now, you look at them at your advantage. So it's like having tools and techniques in your pocket. So wherever you are in the world, you could get them out and use them as you need them. And change your negative energy into creativity. Who would think that's amazing and would love to learn that? Thank you, thank you. So let me ask you a question. Who feels stress? Anyone here feel stress today, yesterday, last month, last year, 6 years ago, their whole life? Yes, we all dealing with stress to day-to-day life. When we go to doctor, most of the time, generally doctor puts it down for stress. Doesn't matter what your symptoms are, he puts it down for stress. If you've got skin problem, if you've got your hormones, you're losing hair, or your cholesterol, you can't sleep, you name it. The list would just go on and on and on. See, when we bump into people, that's all we talk about. We say, have you been? I've been so busy. And we put on Facebook that I'm so busy, I don't have time. And then we have competition going on. And we say, you busy? You should see me. I'm so busy, I don't even know what to do with myself. Isn't this what we do? We're full of stories. We love telling stories. We're always competing with other people. And we don't realize how stressful is it. So people can't sleep at night. They're on antidepressant. There are more and more people. They're on antidepressant. We don't even leave kids alone. Even kids are on antidepressant. They're not even allowed to play outside and be themselves. We're training them. We are stressful and we are training them to be stressed. Instead of play outside, be free, and then come in and do what you have to do. But nowadays, all we do is we stay in front of technology and we don't even know how to communicate with people. And this is what we're teaching kids. Stress is a leading cause of poor health, failure in the workplace, breakup in relationship, and lack of fulfillment in life. See, stress, because we talk about stress so much, the stress has come like metaphor. Every time we talk about it, we just talk about stress this, stress that. So I have created a YouTube channel called How to Turn Stress into Success. If you want to watch that, the whole talk, you could search under my name, Geeta Nayi, or you could search under How to Turn Stress into Success, where you will be able to watch the whole talk. See, when I first started speaking, I was so stressed. And then I've joined, I did 5 days intensive training. And then after the training, I was asked to go to India and speak. So let me share a little bit of my memory. So I went to India and I spoke in front of 2,000 people. And most of them were successful entrepreneurs. I'm trying to change the slide. Oh, that's better. So this is where I won International Speaking Award. And there were 2,000 people there from all the different countries. And then this was, you could see it from my certificate, it says Women Economic Forum. So there were all successful people from 120 different countries. And then this was the beginning of last year, 2019. Then again on November last year, end of last year, Women Economic Forum, they held a 3 days event in London. That was the first time they held a Economic Forum event in London. And so this is it, end of last year, where there were 1,000 people, and most of them, they were from 50 different countries. Where I spoke again for 3 days. And you could see that Murray Diamond, who wrote a book, Secret, that's one. So they were all successful people. And what I love about this is we were traveling around, and I love spreading my message. And any of you can do this. You just need guidance and support. So I will take you through step by step later on. But my life, it hasn't always been like this. There was a time in my life where I was being victim of my own circumstances, and I was hiding in shame. The first 40 years of my life, I was searching for a feeling. I was searching for a purpose. I was searching for appreciation, to be appreciated. And I was searching for this in all the wrong places. Through career achievements, through relationships, through nightclubs, and worst of all, validation of others. Nothing was working out for me the way I wanted to. Nothing was working out for me what I was searching for. All of a sudden, I spiraled into a depression. I was what appeared to be happy on the outside because I wore a smile. But inside, I was scared, afraid, and I don't even know if I got to the place, if I got to the state. Have you ever been to a place where things appeared to be better on the outside than they felt inside? Yes? Have you ever been through anything like that? Any of you? I was facing a lot of difficult situations. I could sleep at night, in the morning, turning the snooze button off over and over and over again. Have you ever been to a state like this? Do you know what I'm talking about? Yes, every morning, all I was thinking about, all the things around my life. Have you ever woke up and you felt a sense of a dread going to a job you hate? And a body you don't like, and you're not happy with yourself? That was me every morning. I was causing pain because I was in pain. And when I was going to this deep depression, there were two deaths in the family. Two young lads who took their life. It wasn't same time, it was about a year or two apart. And they didn't have connection with each other. One was in the UK and another one was in India. And that's where my journey started. Because I was searching for answers. That why did they do that? What drove them? And what is my life like? And how am I affecting myself and others? So I started asking questions to myself. First time in my life, I started listening to my inner guidance because I wasn't willing to take it anymore. I wasn't willing to go down the long dark road. There has to be more. There has to be more than what I'm currently experiencing. Can you relate? Have you ever felt there has to be more? That discomfort in my average, ordinary life led me to a life-changing event, where I ended up doing 5 years of intensive training, where I've learned all the tools and techniques how to apply into your day-to-day life, how to turn your negative emotion into creativity and be in that creative tension. I've learned deeper understanding about creative tension. And from those 5 years of intensive training, I have created my own method called Seeds, Seeds of Greatness. Why Seeds of Greatness? Ask me, why Seeds of Greatness? It's because every single human being in the world has seeds of greatness inside them. We are all unique. We all have seeds of greatness. But most people's seed is buried so deep that they don't know how to turn that seed into something useful to blossom who they're supposed to be. So who am I and who are we? Who are we supposed to be? See, when I first started this work, the first question they asked is, who are you? And generally, people answer externally or behavior. They talk about their wealth, their status, their hobbies. All of these are very important, but none reach who you fundamentally are. Once they've done the transformation work, they were asked the same question again. And that's when they realized they had a deeper awareness and understanding of the truth, the existence, and happiness. That's when they understood that they have this creativity within themselves that they can apply into their life whenever they feel like it. See, first 40 years of my life, I didn't know who I was. I was in deep suffering. I didn't want to accept myself. I didn't want to change. I didn't love myself. I just didn't want to know. But as I've done the transformation work, what I've learned is the pain wasn't coming from the core, it was how I was relating to the situation. See, nowadays people talk about happiness. They talk about if you just say affirmation and just be happy, and they talk about, oh, if you just have your nails done, or if you've got a sports car, you're happy. That's not happiness. That's your pleasure. And as I've done the transformation work, I started accepting myself, who I am from within. So I would like you to have experience of this. I would like to take you to this little process where you can experience yourself. So if you're ready, please find yourself a space and be comfortable. You could sit comfortably, please. And if I could ask you to close your eyes. Closing eyes brings your attention inward. So, if I ask you to get ready and close your eyes, closing your eyes brings your attention inward. And if you could breathe in and breathe out. And just be aware of where you are. Be aware of your surroundings. Be aware of where your feet are. So breathe in and breathe out. If you have any thoughts popping in, you don't have to do anything. You just need to relax and be aware where your thoughts are taking you and gently bring your attention back to your breathing. Your breath is always there for you to come back to. Breathe in and breathe out. So when you're ready, you could open your eyes Some of you must have found this process nice. Others must have found it awkwardly long. And rest of you must have had lots of thoughts popping in. But that's what the practice is about. So more you practice, more you become aware of it, and you bring your attention back to your breathing. That really helps you. But it's practice makes perfect. So more you practice, better you become. It's like waves at the ocean. They're so loud. But once the waves quieten down, you could see the stillness in water. And that's how it works. The more you work on it, better you become. And clearer things gets to you. So what I've learned from this practice is it brings you back home to who you really are, even well before you were born. It's being in that space to who you really are. And it gives you that happiness that you cannot find externally. So who are we? Our true self is true spirit. Creative spirits, that's who we are. We have full potential and creative spirits. Once you master this, your life will change. And then you could tap into your full potential, gifts, and you will shine the way you should be. So once you know, you see who you really are, first thing you need to do is reprogram your subconscious mind. Yes, no, it's too early. Trying to move on. Slide so you can see, yeah. So subconscious mind, we all tell story to ourselves. Then we believe we are the stories. It's when those stories take shape of its own, that's when life sucks. We walk around in this little bubble, and inside the bubble, there's a consciousness. There is 3 aspects of consciousness. So it's superconscious, which is your higher self, and then there is consciousness, like you and me talking right now. And then there is unconsciousness. So if I ask you to fold your arm, let's do this little exercise. If I ask you to fold your arms, yeah, and look down on your arms, and which one can you see your arm at the top, right or left? And then once you let go, and then fold it, unfold it, and then fold it other way around. Have your other hand on top of. How does it feel? Is being in a habit, and because you've done it so many times, you unconsciously do it, and when you try and do it the other way around, it feels uncomfortable, doesn't it? So it's all about being conscious. So who has a bad habit here? Anyone, or you know anyone who's got bad habits? Yeah. If you could put in a message, yes or no, or so we all have bad habits. My dear dad, who loved life, and he proudly spoke about his family. But when he's talking about his family, at the end of the conversation, he will say, "Oh, I have a lovely big family. I love them to bits, but there's no one there for me." And he used to say this so many times, and it used to annoy us. And then it became, he started saying it, and he didn't even realize he was saying it. He was ill for a very long time in UK, and he loved traveling, and he always asked doctor that I want to travel. When am I going to get better? And doctor said, if you look after yourself, and when you get better, yes, you can travel. So he started looking after himself, and he actually started getting better. And then once he started getting better, doctor gave permission to travel, and he couldn't wait to pack his bag, and off he went to India. And when he went to India, he became extremely ill. He suffered so much. And when he passed away, all his family was in UK. There was no one there for him. So from his unconscious bad habits, what reality did he create? This is how unconscious works. So what is it that you're doing unconsciously that's affecting your life? So superconscious, conscious, and unconscious, they all say yes to subconscious. Subconscious is like a deeper layer in your body. So from the time you were born until whatever age you are, it just programs everything in you. What you like, what you dislike, any emotion, anything, every single thing is like programmed in you. Subconscious mind is like a river flowing all the time. If you don't direct it to something, you will flow in a path of least resistance. And for some, it's a negative path. If you are having negative thoughts, it's because you haven't reprogrammed your subconscious mind. For example, we get negative thoughts like when you want to go for a job, or when you want to study, anything important we want to do, ask for a date. We always have things we tell ourselves unconsciously. We sabotage ourselves. But it's not your fault by default. There is a conflict going on between the unconscious mind and conscious mind. We are battling against ourselves, and the inner self tells us what to do, and we take actions towards that, whether it's consciously or unconsciously. So if you haven't reprogrammed your subconscious mind, it's going to work against you. The time you were, it's not your fault. The time you were babies, the program, conditions, the believe limitation put on you, all that affects you as you're growing up. You must learn to clear it and then reprogram yourself.